Break a man, break a promise, break a heart, break a home, take a long hard look at heaven, gone to hell under the gun. See the child, young and hungry, roaming wild on the run, and he'll die reaching for freedom. He was born under the gun. Swollen man, blind with power, break the rules one by one with their lies, raising the danger of their game under the gun. No more time, no more chances, no more wars will be won in the end. Only the losers hold the land under the gun. Hold the truth like a candle, let it shine like the sun on the love left to believe in a world under the gun, in a world under the gun, in a world under the gun.
I never had regrets, boys, not for nothing I've done. I owe the devil some debts, boys, pay them all up but one. And I don't even regret the living that I'll be leaving behind. I've gotten weary of searching for something I couldn't find. I'm going down to the shade by the river one more time and feel the breeze on my face before I die. I'm gonna leave whatever's left, all my luck to the losers, then bend me down. Kiss the world goodbye. to the shade by the river one more time. Feel the breeze on my face before I die. I'm gonna leave whatever's left of my luck to the losers, then bend me down. Kiss the world goodbye. I'm too lucky in loving. I never had no complaints. I never said I was evil. But then I wasn't no saint. I'm just a river that rolled forever and never got to the sea. I ain't blaming nobody. I had it coming to me. I'm going down to the shade by the river one more time and feel the breeze on my face before I die. I'm gonna leave whatever's left of my luck to the losers, then bend me down. Kiss the world goodbye. Bend me down. Kiss the world goodbye.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. This is The Brick Wall. My name is Don Priest. We're trying something a little different and having a little interview and giving you more insight into the music. Tonight we're listening to a program called Songs of Kristopherson. And with me is Vince Warner, who was one of the producer, conceptual artist. It was your idea, or
one of the
somehow
guys
you're
doing
involved.
the show.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Talk about that. How did this all come about?
Well, since I'm co-hosting the show with my good friend Roger Perry, and Roger and I go way back. We grew up together, and one of the people we used to listen to when we were learning to play music together that really kind of was a very compelling artist was Kristopherson. And about the time we discovered Kristopherson was about the time he was starting to become the biggest movie star in the world, which strangely enough he was for a short time in the later 70s.
Right.
And so it's like this big personality, but then you see all these amazing songs that he wrote. You find out about all these songs he wrote, like Me and Bobby McGee, Sunday Morning Coming Down, which was Johnny Cash's signature song in his later years. And the list just goes on and on.
Which we didn't really understand. In my perspective, I didn't know those were Kristopherson songs because I only knew the artists who recorded them.
Chris has a distinctive voice, but not necessarily a pop record kind of voice.
Right.
So most of his songs became hits by other people.
Right.
Yeah. But the songs were just so compelling. They told stories about either a feeling, an emotion, or actually a story about something that was happening in somebody's life, events that are going on in life. I mean, Bobby McGee, it's a great story song, you know. So the lyrics were great lyrics and something you could really kind of sink your teeth into and you know, check them out. But at the same time, the melodies were amazing, like really a supreme melodicist. Some of the songs that he wrote that were big hits for other people, like For the Good Times, just a gorgeous melody, you know? Not something you'd expect necessarily from a guy that's got this kind of gritty, rough kind of voice and all this sort of thing, delivery, but just amazing, just beautiful melodies and lyrics coming out of this guy. And then you find out more about his life story.
Right, interesting. Now, we just heard a couple of songs, and can you tell me a little bit about what we heard?
Well, those, we're doing a tribute to Kristopherson called Songs of Kristopherson, where Roger and myself are getting together with several other musicians and performing the songs. One of the sets of artists that are going to perform are the guys that we just heard, and they're called Laurel Canyon. Mike Alexander, Jim Rust, and Jorge Apse. George Apse, I should say. George Apse. They're called Laurel Canyon, and they do a beautiful kind of harmony thing, as you just heard.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And then we're going to hear one of your favorite songs coming up here. Loving Her Was Easier.
Like I say, Chris was a supreme melodicist. His melodies were great, and I thought that this was probably the most beautiful melody. I'm not sure that this song was ever really made a hit record by someone, but when I used to listen to Chris songs, this song would really grab me. And Roger Perry's going to sing this one. Loving Her Was Easier Than Anything I'll Ever Do Again.
Let's check it out.
I have seen the morning burning golden on the mountain in the sky. Aching with the feeling of the freedom of an eagle when she flies. Turning on the world the way she smiles upon my soul as I lay dying. Healing as the colors in the sunshine are the shadows of her eyes. Waking in the morning to the feeling of her fingers on my skin. Wiping out the traces of the people and the places that I've been. Teaching me that yesterday was something that I never thought I'd try. Talking of tomorrow and the money, love and time we'll have to spend. And loving her was easier than anything I'll ever do again. And I don't know the answer to the easy way she opened every door in my mind. She ain't ashamed of being human or afraid to be a friend. And coming close together with a feeling that I never known before in my time. And dreaming was as easy as believing it was never gonna end. And loving her was easier than anything I'll ever do again. Oh, loving her was easier than anything I'll never do again.
I took myself down to the Tally-Ho Tavern to buy me a bottle of beer. I sat me down by a tender young maiden whose eyes were as dark as her hair. As I was searching bottle to bottle for something unfoolish to say. That silver-tongued devil just slipped from the shadows, and smiling he stole her away. I said, hey, little girl, don't you know he's the devil? He's everything that I ain't, hiding intentions of evil under the smile of a saint. All he's good for is getting in trouble and shifting his share of the blame. And some people swear he's my double, and some even say we're the same. But the silver-tongued devil's got nothing to lose, and I'll only live till I die. We take our own chances and pay our own dues. The silver-tongued devil and I. Like all the fair maidens who laid down beside him, she knew in her heart that he'd lied. Nothing that I could have said could have saved her, no matter how hard that I tried. 'Cause she'll offer her charms to the darkness and danger of something that she's never known, and open her arms at the smile of a stranger who'll love her and leave her alone. I said, hey, little girl, don't you know he's the devil? He's everything that I ain't, hiding intentions of evil intentions under the smile of a saint. All he's good for is getting in trouble and shifting his share of the blame. Some people swear he's my double, and some even say we're the same. But the silver-tongued devil's got nothing to lose, and I'll only live till I die. We take our own chances and pay our own dues. The silver-tongued devil and I.
Casey joins the hollow sound of silent people walking down the stairway to the subway in the shadows down below, following their footsteps through the neon darkened corridors of silent desperation, never thinking to a soul. Poison air he's breathing has a dirty smell of dying, 'cause it's never seen the sunshine and it's never felt the rain. But Casey minds the arrows and ignores the fatal echoes of the clicking of the turret signs and the rattle of his chains. Oh, she said, Casey, it's been so long since I've seen you. Here, she said, just a kiss to make a body smile. See, she said, I put on new stockings just to please you. Lord, she said, Casey, can you only stay a while? Casey leaves the underground and stops inside the Golden Crown for something wet to wipe away the chill that's on his bones. Seeing his reflection in the eyes of all the lonely men who reach for anything they can to keep from going home. Standing in the corner, Casey drinks his pint of bitter, never glancing in the mirror at the people passing by. And he stumbles as he's leaving, and he wonders if the reason is the beer that's in his belly or the tear that's in his eyes. Oh, she says, I suppose you seldom think about me. Now, she says, now that you've a family of your own, still, she says, it's so blessed good to feel your body. Lord, she says, Casey, can you only stay a while? Oh, she said, Casey, it's been so long since I've seen you. Here, she said, just a kiss to make a body smile. See, she said, I put on new stockings just to please you. Lord, she said, Casey, can you only stay a while? Lord, she said, Casey, it's a shame to be alone.
We're back from music of Kristopherson, and with me now is Roger Perry, another one of the mad geniuses behind this whole production. And Roger is a big fan of Kristopherson and has been for a long time.
Since 1970, so I'm on the Johnny Cash show. I was 7.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I like Johnny Cash, you know, so here's another guy. I thought Chris was cooler. When I saw the Highwayman, I wanted to sit in front of Chris.
Oh, okay. Now you were
might be
telling me a little
sacrilege.
analogy about where Kristopherson kind of fits in between Johnny Cash and
Well, to me,
Lord.
my two favorites are Chris Kristopherson and Leonard Cohen. To me, they are a double-headed coin. They're different sides. And there's not one darker or lighter than the other, but they're different sides because they come from a different approach. But to me, they build a bridge between Hank Williams and William Blake. I don't think anyone else has ever accomplished
I would say that's
such a thing. And they are my two favorite songwriters.
okay. Okay. Now you've done this Chris Kristopherson show before.
Yes, back in,
When was that?
I think it was April of 2000. So it's been 14 years. And I think at the end we had 27 people up on stage singing "Why Me, Lord" on that one, and it was quite an undertaking.
I bet.
And
So why did you undertake it again?
well, it started on a Facebook conversation. As a matter of fact, it was a Facebook rant on my part. Every now and then the Scorpio in me comes out, and I went on a rant. I'm usually very nice to other musicians. Juan Serrano told me, "Roger, never make fun of another musician, ever." And I took that to heart. But when I saw Chris Kristopherson, Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson joined on stage at the Grammys with Blake Shelton, my humanity froze.
I remember that, Brad, yes.
That young man did not belong up there with those godlike geniuses. And I said something that was way too harsh on the Facebook. And I didn't really mean it as harsh as it sounded. And so Vince and Terry Talbot both kind of calmed me down a little bit. Thank you, guys. And I kind of retracted my original statement. But I think everyone agreed that it was time to pay a little bit more tribute to Chris, because that all those songs, all the years, all the hits, all the non-hits, you know, my gosh, Sugar Man and stuff like that. It's just, he's an unsung hero. And for all the press that he's gotten, all the Golden Globe that he won, I still think he's highly underrated. And it's not about him going out there singing like Caruso or something like that. It's the words.
It's the words, it's the stories.
Like the one guy said, I think it was Fred Foster, a frog could go out and sing your songs and they still would work.
Okay.
And it's not about, you know, the polish on them. It's about the unpolish on them sometimes.
Yeah.
You know? One guy said that listening to Chris Kristopherson was like getting sliced with a rusty razor.
Okay.
You know, in a good
Okay,
way.
In a good way, all right. Now, how did you go about recruiting the people that are performing this show with you?
It was all volunteers, as I recall. We put it out on Facebook. Whoever wants to do what, tell us what song you want to play, you got it. I was shocked that someone wanted to do Casey's Last Ride, my favorite song, Chris Kristopherson's favorite song that he wrote. So that was just made me happy. You know, the last time we did it, I went over and talked to the guy at Tower Records, and the Chris Kristopherson section was empty. And there was only 70 people at the gig. But if you stop and think about it, you know, 10, 15 people go down there and buy a couple albums.
There's not that many to choose from anyway, yeah. Yeah.
And I noticed a difference in people knowing his songs and stuff after that. And I hope this one makes at least.
Well, when it came out, I mean, I started brushing up too, because I haven't heard Chris Kristopherson for quite some time.
Yeah.
So I've been pulling things out and listening to him and playing them on the radio and actually having a pretty good time enjoying myself listening to it again.
We're getting a lot of media on this, and the article in the paper, this,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
pretty darn cool.
Okay. Well, let's go back and listen to some more Chris Kristopherson with Roger and the gang.
This could be our last good night together. We may never pass this way again. Just let me enjoy it until it's over, all forever. Please don't tell me how the story ends. See the way our shadows come together. Softer than your fingers upon my skin. Take the ribbon from your hair, shake it loose and let it fall, laying soft against my skin, like the shadows on the wall. Come and lay down by my side till the early morning light. All I'm taking is your time. Help me make it through the night. And I don't care who's right or wrong. I won't try to understand. Let the devil take tomorrow. Lord, tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. And it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. I don't care who's right or wrong, and I won't try to understand. Let the devil take tomorrow. Lord, tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. And it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. I don't want to be alone. Help me make it through the night.
We're just going through the motions of a part we learned to play. Never quite together like before. But somehow, darling, something good got lost along the way. And our song ain't nothing special anymore. So let's try it once more with feeling, darling. Take it from the top. Let me feel those tears are falling. Don't wanna miss a single drop. Darling, make believe you're making me believe each word you say. Once more with feeling and we'll call it a day. Well, you're reaching out to touch me just the way you used to do. But you're looking at everywhere but in my eyes. Well, that's an oldie, and it's a goodie, but the words ain't ringing true. be sure of your lies. So let's try it once more with feeling, darling. Take it from the top. This one is the big one, so give it everything you got. You're making me believe that you believe each word is true.